Look at the dog sleeping at the foot of your bed. Right now, your normalcy bias is telling you that you are looking at an early warning system, a loyal protector, a tactical advantage. But in a true zero-hour grid collapse, you are dead wrong. You are looking at the exact reason your family will not survive the month. Every prepper believes their dog is an asset. It is the most dangerous, universally accepted myth in the survival community, and there is a terrifying biological clock that starts ticking the moment the power grid dies and the grocery store's empty. Within exactly 72 hours, a psychological shift happens that turns quiet suburban neighborhoods into active hunting grounds, and man's best friend is the trigger. I will explain exactly what this 72-hour feral shift is and how it will trap you in just a moment. But first, we have to look at the brutal, unavoidable mathematics that will kill you long before that happens. Survival is not about sentimentality. It is about caloric efficiency and risk mitigation. In a grid-down scenario, your home is no longer a house. It is a lifeboat with finite resources. Enter the first fatal mistake, the caloric black hole. An average medium-sized dog requires roughly 1,000 calories a day just to maintain basal metabolic function and body heat. Right now, that's a scoop of dry kibble. But what happens on day 30? What happens on day 60 when the dog food runs dry? The math of starvation is entirely unforgiving. When the kibble is gone, you are forced to share your finite human rations. Every can of beans, every cup of rice you feed to an animal is a meal stolen directly from the mouths of your children. You will be forced to make a psychological choice that will break your mental resilience. Watch an animal slowly starve to death inside your own home, or actively accelerate the starvation of your own family. In a zero-sum environment, feeding 1,000 calories a day to a non-human entity is a mathematical death sentence. But let's assume you hoarded enough dog food to last a year. You are still walking blindly into trap number 2, the tactical breach. In a suburban collapse, your primary defense is not your firearm. It is invisibility, absolute light and noise discipline. If desperate, starving people do not know you are there, they cannot target you. Your dog is bred to bark at intruders. In a normal, functioning society, a barking dog is a deterrent. It scares away petty burglars who fear the police. But the rules of society evaporate when the stomach is empty. To a starving mob moving through your neighborhood in the dead of night, a barking dog is no longer a deterrent. It is an acoustic beacon. A dog barking from inside a boarded-up house broadcasts a very specific, fatal message to the street outside. It tells the mob, there are people in here, they are alive, and they have enough food and water to keep a large animal alive. Your dog will not intimidate a group of men who haven't eaten in a week. Your dog will act as a dinner bell, inviting a coordinated home invasion directly to your front door. You cannot negotiate with a dog to maintain stealth. When the mob approaches, your early warning system will become the exact alarm that gets you killed. Which brings us back to the 72-hour clock. The most terrifying threat won't just come from the dog inside your house, it will come from the hundreds of dogs outside of it. When the food supply stops, your neighbors will not sit in their living rooms and watch their beloved pets starve to death. Human empathy will force their hand. They will open their front doors and turn them loose into the streets, hoping they can survive on their own. This triggers the feral shift. Domesticated dogs are descendants of pack hunters. When humans stop providing the food, the domestic conditioning evaporates with terrifying speed. Within 72 hours of starvation, neighborhood dogs will instinctively group together. They will revert to ingrained wolf pack psychology to survive. Your neighborhood will suddenly be populated by roaming packs of golden retrievers, Labradors, and pit bulls. But these are no longer family pets. They are highly efficient, desperate pack hunters. And worse, because they were raised in living rooms, they have absolutely zero natural fear of humans.
Scavenging for supplies, fetching water from a nearby creek, or simply stepping outside your front door becomes infinitely more dangerous. You are no longer just hiding from desperate people, you are actively sharing your environment with a new apex predator, one that is faster than you, hunts in a coordinated group, and views you as competition for calories. If you somehow manage the calories, maintain absolute silence, and avoid the feral packs outside, the final trap is microscopic. In a world without running water, sanitation is the ultimate killer. Dysentery and cholera will claim more lives than bullets. Your dog is a massive, uncontrollable biological vector. They must go outside to relieve themselves. They will walk through contaminated soil, biological waste, and infected water, and then they will track those pathogens directly back into your sealed, microclimate living space. In a grid-down environment, there are no veterinarians, there are no antibiotics. A simple zoonotic parasite or a bacterial infection introduced into your home by an animal's paws can wipe out your entire family in a matter of days. Furthermore, a dog requires fresh drinking water. If your local municipal pumps fail, every ounce of water must be manually filtered and boiled over a fire. Can you afford to burn your finite fuel sources just to hydrate an animal? This is the brutal, unfiltered reality of survival psychology. The modern prepper industry sells you a fantasy. They sell you the idea of the lone wolf and his loyal dog riding out the apocalypse. It is a lie. True survival requires the total elimination of liabilities. It requires ruthless, objective assessment of your environment. An animal that drains your finite calories, broadcasts your location to hostile forces, introduces biological pathogens into your sterile space, and cannot follow complex tactical commands is not an asset. It is a death trap. You cannot prepare for the collapse of society while holding on to the sentimental comforts of the modern world. You must master the mathematics of survival. Secure your perimeter, enforce absolute silence, filter your water, and rely strictly on your own skills, your own training, and your own mind. Survive the dark.